Hey YouTube, what is up? It is Unicorn Legs, and yeah, I've kind of been gone out of YouTube for quite a while, and I kind of actually think I need to explain myself. So, about in October of last year, actually the week of my birthday, I kind of like released this quiz on Quotab.com saying, like, it's basically, do you know anime? And that's kind of like what got this whole entire thing going, really, because I think I explained this in one of my old videos. I was kind of like shielded from the world of anime until recently. It's not because I'm not like a noob or anything. It's just I had to catch up is what it was. Cause yeah. Anyways, I have been away from YouTube because lately I've taken a liking to this app called Wattpad, and this little thing called fan fiction. It's kind of and I'm gonna read you one today. And it is a lemon, but being the person I am, I will censor out some things because I do not want to get a mature strike from YouTube, so let's read the lemon. Okay. Lucy's point of view. This chapter is by one of my favorite authors on the app. Her name is Nalu For Life. I'll leave a description down below, and it's called Nalu Lemons. Alright. Sleeping together takes a turn. I was reading a book in my new comfy chair while Natsu was taking a bath. Since he's been having nightmares lately, I told him he can stay here. He's moved all the stuff he needs here and sleeps with me every night. Not like that, just cuddling. Strictly cuddling. We don't want to tell the guild about it, or else they'll think something is going on, which there isn't, sadly. I was getting tired and walking into my room. He was naked, but it wasn't a new sight. He doesn't care, and I don't care anymore. Hey, Natsu, I'm pretty beat. I'm gonna go to bed early. Alright. Night, Luce. He hugged me, then let me crawl in bed. I sighed happily and curled up under the covers, and fell asleep. Luce. Natsu. He traced my naked body and smirked. He looked at me, then kissed me. I sighed happily as his hand moved downwards. He moved... Let's just say he did something down there. Natsu's point of view. I woke up in the middle of the night to Luce stirring in my arms. I looked down at her, and I saw her face was red, like she was in heat. It turned me on. She was moaning softly, and I saw her doing something down there. I stared at her, then I got on top of her. She was sleeping underneath me, and I made a low, seductive growl in her ear. Maybe I should have chose a different story. Okay. Her eyes opened slowly, and she looked at me, then blushed heavily. Natsu, get off! I panted heavily and stared at her. I leaned down and licked her neck, slowly up. I can't make moan sounds. I'm sorry. I just can't. Just know she moaned. Her face went back into heat, and she stared at me with wide eyes. I slowly pinned her down by her wrist and began to kiss and lick between her ear. She moaned softly and gripped the bed sheets. We both slept naked, so it was a piece of cake. Oh. How ironic that you guys are, like, sleeping together, not sleeping together, but you guys are naked. Skip that part. I licked the love bite I just created with, and my eyes scrolled up to hers. Why aren't you wiggling? She stared at me and blushed over her flushed face. Moan. I smirked and nodded. She wants me to. Reminds me of like the movie with Rolanda, and she's like, sure wants me. Anyways, let's look at this going on. She took my hand and pulled one of my fingers out, shoving it down there. I smirked and nodded, thrusting down there. While I did so, I kissed and licked her neck. When I found her weak spot, I sank my teeth into it. Oh, you kinky. She cried out, and I licked the bite, and I kissed her gently, broke away, and smiled reassuringly, then added another thing down there. Oh my God. I'm a horrible human being. Just to let you know, I am of age. Okay. I'm kidding, I'm not. But who the fuck gives a shit? Sorry if I'm swearing, but you really should know that I swear. There's no filter on Unicorn Lakes' channel. Okay. I licked them and I licked my fingers and she stared at me, breathing heavily. After I sucked all of it up, I crawled back on top of her. Oh yeah? You okay? It was my first time. Oh, well that would make sense. Laugh. Okay, if you've ever watched Fairy Tail, Natsu's laugh is kind of creepy. So, I wonder how that is in the bedroom. Oh my god, I'm so horrible. Okay. I reached her waist and she immediately curled up. Are you sensitive there? She nodded slowly and I smiled. I looked right across it to make her get used to my touch, hoping she would try and stop me. Hoping she wouldn't. Sorry. As I was running my fingers up her beautiful curvaceous body, I squeezed on my down there, moaning softly. Okay, first of all, Natsu's a dense idiot. He doesn't even know what mating is. Or does he? I don't know, Hiromashima. Let us know. Anyways, I stared at her and did something down there, and I moaned slightly as she did something down there. I'm guessing you know what I'm talking about, so you could just use your mind, and then you can use your imagination. Okay. I'm such a horrible person. Okay. She smiled and looked up at me. My face was the color of my silky, soft pink hair, and my mouth was partially open as my tongue stuck out. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I can get through this. I can get through this. My heavy pants and grunts filling the room. I licked my lips and moaned louder, making my throat sore. She did something down there, and I screamed again, not being able to take it. I was barely staying conscious and had never been this high. I loved it. You're so cute when you're like this. She kept doing something down there, kissing my neck up and down. Her body had a sweat all over it from the heat that I was creating. My body was a wet mess. My something down there was getting all over the bed, sweat creating a large wet spot under me. Oh, great. We all know about that. Once again, Unicorn Lakes does not have a filter. Okay. Natsu, she whispered in a low, seductive voice in my ear. I got chills and shivered with delight, still moaning softly as she played with my sensitive down there. Okay, I am a horrible human being. Okay, let's keep on going. Because, I'm already fucked up. So, she yanked it softly, and I screamed with pleasure. Shh. She kissed me gently, and she rubbed, and I cried out in her mouth as she suddenly squeezed it harshly. She wouldn't attach her lips, trying to muffle my loud moans, but it didn't work after a while. She eventually had to break away because of my continuous moans of pleasure and delight. She smiled warmly and rested her face on my shoulder as she did something down there. I felt it expand down there, and I gritted my teeth, crying out to her. I did something down there, and it got everywhere. She just smiled and licked it from down there. Then from her fingers, then a little off the bed. Gross. Oh, gross. I panted heavily, and my head was swarming with highness. Oh, gosh. It was swarming with the queen? Good, that's great. Moan. Very loud moan, by the way. I squeezed my eyes shut and moaned more as she did something down there. She straddled me and bucked faster. I screamed with delight. She moaned softly, and I was wondering why she didn't feel as much pleasure as me. Well, I don't know. She said she was a virgin, and it was her first time, so I guess that's key player into this. Anyways, okay. I'm trying not to take too much time off of this. Okay. She did this for 3 minutes before I lost it. I screamed and gripped her hips tightly, and a lot of stuff spilled on me. There we go. That's how I'll paraphrase that. Okay. I breathed heavily, and she started again. Loose. She bent over and kissed me lightly on the lips. I kissed her back, my eyes squeezed shut, and she thrusted her hips slowly inside of me. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but a girl can't thrust her hips inside you. Unless she's got one. Okay. I gripped the bed sheets, broke away, looking away as I cried out. Are you okay? She whispered in my ear. I breathed heavily and shook my head slowly. She stopped and did something down there, and I panted heavily as she laid down on my chest. What's the matter? Did I do it wrong? Shook my head and blushed, looking away. She smiled and took my chin, lifting my head back at her. It's a rare sight to see you blush this much, Natsu. What's up? I'm really worried that you I can't read that fast, and all the words put together, so that was my solution. Natsu, I can't understand a word you're saying. Please slow down a little. I took a deep breath. Let it all out in a deep sigh. I'm worried that you don't like me like that, and you're only doing this because you're horny, and I mean you were only having sex dreams, so I know you just go back fucking me, and I'm so stupid. Well, okay, that happened. It's okay, Natsu. She kissed my forehead, and I smiled. I understand I'm doing this because I really like you, Natsu. Really? Well, yeah, Natsu. I mean, I wouldn't just let any boy sleep with me like that I didn't like, let alone naked. Oh, yeah, okay. She does have a point there. Who sleeps naked with a guy? I'm kidding. Never did it. Still a virgin. She kissed my forehead and smiled. I understand I'm doing this because okay, I already said that. I sighed from relief and smiled, nodding. I kissed her gently on the lips and we both sighed happily together. She grabbed my member down there and put it back inside, making me smirk. Okay, well then. Okay. I broke away and moaned softly. She smirked and whispered in my ear, I'm not starting until you beg. Oh, my. She's a dominatrix. I panted and squeezed my eyes shut. Please, Liz, please, pleasure me, please. She rode me impossibly fast and I cried out, gripping the bed sheet. She did this for 4 minutes. This time, before I finally gave in, something squirt all over. And I breathed heavily, lying my head on the pillow. She started again, and my eyes widened. I moaned and gripped the sides of the bed, looking up at her. She was smirking as she panted and kept thrusting it. How can you... I'm sorry, but women can't thrust unless they've got something down there. They can... I'm not gonna get into this. No, thank you. She started again, and my eyes widened. I moaned and gripped the sides of the bed, looking up at her, and she was smirking and all that crap. I just read that. Oh, wow. Moaned loudly, she kissed me gently as she thrusted. I shoved my tongue into her mouth and swirled hers with mine as she thrusted it slowly. Is she banging you with a strap on or something? Oh my god. Bad, unicorn legs. Bad. Okay. Moaning, and more moaning. She smiled more as I turned my head, moaning loudly with pleasure. I felt everything go to my... down there. And, I released down there again. In her down there. I felt everything go to my head, and I panted heavily and looked up at her. She smiled and took my down there out of her down there. She curled up on my chest and smiled at me. I panted heavily and wrapped my arms around her waist, smiling. I love you. I love you, too. She kissed my head and curled up, closing her eyes. I closed my eyes, too, and slowly drifted off into a deep sleep. Well, now you guys know what the fuck has been consuming my time. This one wasn't a good example. I guess I shouldn't have read a lemon. I barely read them. I mean, I read them, of course. Because, you know, curiosity killed the cat. Vote for that and comment. I was laughing while reading ... out loud on YouTube channel. Oh my god. Okay. So, I just commented on Nalufo Life. I will give her credit because it actually, her stories are really good and she writes them herself. She didn't get them offline or anything. Well, some people can get them offline, but they have to, you know, cite the author, of course, obviously. But now you know what has been taking up all of my time. I come home from school, I read fiction, go to sleep at 12 o'clock in the morning, wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, read fan fiction, and then go to school. And while I'm in school, while the teachers aren't looking, I read fan fiction. So, anyways, that is what's been taking up my time. And, I promise, on this blue wig that I'm wearing, ugh, gross, ugh. I promise for the life of me that I will start posting videos on YouTube again. And I promise I will do it. Just anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, Nalu Lemon reading by Unicorn Legs, and if you would like, I would suggest, if you like to read fan fictions and if you like to write them yourself, you should join Wattpad. Wattpad is great. I love it. I become addicted to it. It's my new favorite app besides YouTube. Anyways, I suggest you get it. It's free. You set up an account, write your own stuff, you can read other people's stuff, and if you would like, you could follow me on Wattpad and read my stuff, because I'm always looking for new readers. Unicorn Legs. That's it. That's all she wrote. I'll put a link down in the description to that fanfiction if you wish to read it yourself, or to Wattpad or all that crap. I also suggest you follow Nalu for Life. In fact, actually, all the people that I'm following, I suggest you go to my library and you follow them as well. Anyways, I hope that this video was somewhat entertaining. And if not, you can always make fun of me with what I'm wearing. And if you're asking who I am, like if I'm cosplaying, I'm not. This was more of like a, hey, let's make me look like an anime character and let's fail. I mean, do I look like an anime character? Hold on. Maybe I need to... Do I look like one now? No, I don't think so. Anyways, like this video, subscribe if you want. You don't have to. I don't like to force people to subscribe because, I mean, I don't subscribe to people as much either, but I do say that I like to go to my subscribers account, my subscribers list, and I do like to subscribe to random accounts, so just for fun. And that's really all I've got for you. Stay tuned in for some more Unicorn Legs. And I'm starting this new blog where I'll be basically talking about everything anime. So, yeah. Thank you for watching this video. You're amazing. Stay amazing. Stay alive. Don't die. Be beautiful. And I'm gonna end this video before I embarrass myself even more. Alright. Unicorn Legs is officially out.